Why, hello and welcome everybody. This is gonna be another one of those games, man. CPL going with the qualifiers. One more turn. We do have the new team change of circumstance. We've seen it a few days ago on the stream over here going against MonkaGun. We also saw them in the CPL Premier, not in the CPL qualifiers until now. In the lobby though, we do have a bit of an issue. Just a tiny snag over here. Two players from MonkaGun are missing, and I'm definitely trying to figure out where they are. I guess we're gonna need to wait for them to show up and of course get into the lobby. There we go. We got Devries actually joining them. One more to go. Come on. We do have a co-caster tonight, Justice. I just want to say hello to everybody, and then we're gonna open up that microphone there. Hello there, YouTube. Bonsoir, bienvenue, monsieur. We got Ferno in the house. Good evening, sir, and welcome. Let me scroll up over here. Brandon was also the one that got that first promotion and talked first in the channel. Big ups, a thumbs up on that. Thank you so much for it. Of course, So Happy was asking us about Civ 6 World Cup website. It will be updated, sir, and we're just waiting for the full information coming up from the qualifiers. And I was thinking maybe I should do actually some banners over there to change the first page, so everybody is of course gonna be informed about this upcoming season that starts on the 4th of November. Let me actually slow Dreddle, good evening, sir, and welcome to the stream. Also, let me actually take a look over here, opening the mic right meow. Justice, hello there, sir, how are you doing?
Oh, hello, Michael.
Hello. Yeah, we're starting this up, but I hope we're actually gonna have a game here, because look at that, we are waiting for them to join the game.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what the guys are juggling. I mean, it's a weekday, maybe someone has to work or didn't catch a train or stuff like this.
Yeah,
Shit happens.
for sure. Well, I do see only one more player is missing. Devries with Hans and Carrier are going to be playing today for MonkaGun, while on the other side we do have Mule, Noob634, TaskForceFish, and Ben. And I gotta ask, because you know these players, the players from COC, what do you think of this matchup? The ungodly, how to say, mix-up of a Save Joe and Zone of Control in one big team. What do you think of this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of get super team vibes. Obviously, the fun thing about super teams, and it doesn't even matter if you're talking about like sports or any esports, like sometimes super teams are kind of collapse completely because like the team chemistry just doesn't work out.
Yeah, true.
Because like what obviously comes with a lot of very good players, usually there's a lot of ego involved as well, and when people cannot agree,
sometimes different views about the game, and
yeah. So like sometimes even on paper, when you have the like if you have the top 4 players of the world by any ranking, I mean, you never can do this objectively, right? But let's just assume you have the top 4 players in a team. It's not even a given that they will win everything, right? Because maybe they just cannot work out with each other, or like maybe they cannot fit certain walls which is needed and stuff like this, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm actually quite curious how they're gonna get this going. One of the things that they do have is they have been playing for a long time in the CPL teamers, so that's one perk. They do know each other. They do know what they like, what they don't like. I'm not sure, like you said, about their team chemistry there, but that's gonna be something that we will need to see. Maybe this is a team just to win the CWC, right? You know, they just want to get everybody in there, all of the good players, and make a run for the money.
Yeah, well, I think we can agree that on paper this is a top team, like at least top 3, if not better.
Yeah. I think everybody agrees on that for sure. Oh, by the way, did you guys did everybody see the how to say, the trebuchet? Oh,
Yeah, I watched it, but as Big said, I already pictured that to myself when I went through the BBG patches, and I was like, okay, like actually, I think the military engineer guy can be very interesting because it opens up like smart opportunities without being too oppressive.
yeah.
I think that's interesting to play around with when you have a military engineer very early on. But yeah, like the trebuchet guy is this
Man,
was clear to me.
turned 37. 88 trebuchet cores. Plus 5 combat strength from the great Turkish bombard trait. Plus the plus 10 Serasker, that's from the guy, right? From the governor.
Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
my God, can you imagine?
like obviously he has any bonus imaginable stacked on this, so like this is not really realistic, but
Well, I mean,
it's
even if it's
still
60,
pretty
it's
broken.
yeah. Even if it's like 60 or 70, it's still
Yeah,
broken. It's too
and I
much.
mean this guy has like 22 city things, so he doesn't even have classical and stuff like this. So one-shotting a city obviously looks dumb. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying this clip is like very made to showcase.
Yeah.
But like even in a realistic scenario, just having a trebuchet very early on can be very game breaking.
Well, we're gonna need to see how they're gonna mix it. I do, of course, like the fact that they do have a beta first, so maybe some of these OP stuff changes will be caught before they actually get into the final version, and then we're gonna see what happens. That's one of the reasons that I kept calling for a beta like for 2 years now, back when CodeNo was making it, because all of these stuff you don't really want to bother everybody, like 40,000 players that have BBG or something like that, with all of the changes every time. You just you want to catch them well before. And if there are people so interested in doing the tests, so interested in changing stuff and so on, they might as well be interested in what and how that affects them. I think it's a bit overreaching to say that you're going to know exactly the effects of something that you're going to put into the game. You have to test it out, whatever it is.
Well, generally speaking, just out of the thought of competitive integrity, for example, for sure. But like the situation right now, like at least in my point of view, is there are so many tournaments/leagues going on that
Yep.
it's actually hard to figure out when it would be quote unquote good timing to deliver these patches. Because like in a perfect world, you have a well tested out patch which a season is played on.
Yep.
And then the huge changes happen in between, right? But right now we don't really have these kind of timings
We do.
where
we
everyone
do.
agrees, okay, this is a season pause.
Actually, taking a look at other tournaments as well, other games, just like for example, there are always massive patches before TI. This is the international of Dota. This is basically the same thing. We
Yeah,
do
or
have,
League of Legends, for example. So it's pretty
yeah.
much the same. Yeah.
So like in before the CWC, we're probably gonna have a patch, and after the CWC, we should have another one. In the CWC, we shouldn't have any patches, so that works smoothly, And
You will
yeah,
hope.
the 2v2s, maybe the other things. Why are they? Wait, are they actually switching? Cause I see they're moving from the channels, and I don't know what's going on. They're actually dropping from the channels. I'm gonna message somebody to see what's going on. Maybe, I don't know. It looks like they might not have had enough players on MonkaGun, so they might have delayed, or I don't know. There's something going on. Just trying to figure out.
Yeah, it would be a shame. This doesn't happen.
Yeah, for sure. I do see Hush is getting into the lobby now, but I think that's a bit of a, how to say.
Maybe he's a drafting stand-in. Like, sometimes a guy is just messaging from the handy that he needs like another 15 minutes or something like that, and
Yeah.
then one guy can just come in to hold the place for the draft or stuff like this, hopefully.
I see Task did tell us in the Lobby Links channel that MonkaGun is having difficulties filling their fourth, and they're currently only 3. And I asked them, okay, what's gonna happen? Like you said, like if are they gonna wait for the fourth to join? Are they actually gonna how to say delay this game to another date, to a later date? Maybe get a sub. Maybe I don't know. Like what's going on? I think nobody wants to see a forfeit here. I hope the game is still gonna be on. It's just a matter of okay, when. Oh, I see that actually. Wait. So is this happening or? Because I see sub is. I see Hush is actually swapping right now with Mule. Maybe they're actually gonna play with him. Is this just gonna be a normal game? Woo! They did actually move to Teamers 15. Maybe this is just gonna be a normal game. Looks like they're putting the team pluses. Oh well. Well, it is what it is. We got the map pool choices, and we're gonna figure out.
Yeah, I mean, I know less than you, so.
Yeah, I mean they are very cryptic about the information, so well, I think they're winging it at this point. It might be they don't want to ask if they can sub somebody, so they're gonna deal with the consequences afterwards if they cannot. So you know, it's just okay, whatever it is. Anyway, it is what it is. We got the map pool choices here in the top right part of the screen, and with Hush joining as the 4th member for MonkaGun. Looks like Continents and Islands, Pangea and 7 Seas are the maps remaining, and this is actually interesting. I've seen players, more and more teams actually taking out Highlands, even though it was one of the most preferred maps in the previous months. It looks like it's starting to fall out of favor. It might be because of the time, or it might be because of the lack of action. I'm not sure which one of the two is, but it looks like they are gonna want to go on fast maps, Continents and Islands and Pangea. What would you prefer, Justice?
You mean personally?
Yeah.
Depends from which perspective. Like, I think from the perspective of MonkaGun, they should definitely try to throw curveball and therefore go something like Continents and Islands or stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like, because generally speaking, if you objectively think that you are the weaker team, which, I mean, I don't want to be offensive, but I think it's pretty obvious here that that MonkaGun is the, or let's put it like this, that change of circumstances the favorite here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I think as the weaker team, you should always consider throwing in some curveball, like playing a map with more RNG or stuff like this. Just try to get the other guys out of comfort.
So something like Primordial would have been interesting. Yeah, like you said,
Primordial, Continents and Islands, just the wonky stuff.
Yeah, Inland Sea. Ooh, we would love to see something over there, yeah. For sure, I do agree. Getting them out of their comfort zone and maybe getting a better spawn, like outspawning your opponent, might actually make you win in such a position. But at the same time, we do see them picking up Pangea, and now we do have Sumeria as the first ban. It is well known in the CPL community that Devries really likes his Sumeria, his Gilgabro plays. So it looks like they're not going to allow him to play his favorite here, with Basil the second coming up next, and then Vietnam with the goals coming up in the 3rd and 4th ban. On Pangea, the distance, the proximity between them will be quite close. They're probably going to get to settle 5-7 cities and then going to need to go to war, which is actually going to be interesting because we will have quite a bit of action from the get-go, from the beginning. We might even see some scouts taking over cities, which is going to be interesting. At the same time, it does pose a challenge to go for the bans, because there are so many good civilizations that can trade at the beginning of the game very well. I'm curious if we're gonna see something like like a Tundra civilization. Maybe we're gonna see something like Portugal, for example, in the in the pick phase. Yesterday, though, oh my God, what do you think of Portugal right now? Because I see it constantly getting extreme stats, and it cannot be matched by anybody, especially if you take out Mali.
Mm,
Is that because most of the time I see very good players playing with it, or do you think that's just Portugal?
mm, I mean, in Heavenly pot bonuses anymore, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it lost some bonuses, the production and the yields from the trade routes, other than the gold.
yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't have
Yeah.
stats bonuses anymore. So,
Yeah.
like, you can make an argument that Unique University usually gives like a decent buff, but it's not like the real reason, right? Like, I
Yeah.
think generally speaking, people just got a lot smarter about setting up the trade routes. And like even without Portugal, people just craving their coastal trade routes, and I think Portugal just very much benefits from that. So like we're getting close to a state where everyone just knows how to use, or can I even say abuse it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and other than this, I just think that people like we've been there. There was a phase where Mali was always pick up. And essentially, Portugal is just the same right now.
Coupe. I remember Coupe being in the same position. Just people didn't said, oh, it's it's so bad as a civilization. It gets to settle turn 8 or so. Like that's so bad, bro. Then they got settled next to.
Mm, So, I mean, in the end, to give you a clear answer, I don't actually really think that Portugal itself is really in a like quote unquote OP state.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. It's
Mm,
just how the players use it at the moment, or they're not banning it as often as they should.
mm, I'm
Because
actually
1200 gold is, you know, 1200 gold.
uh, yeah, sure, but like it's quote unquote only plus 50%. So like if a Portugal has plus 1200 gold, a vanilla Civ in the same position would also have 800 gold, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Um,
Well, sure. Without the navigation schools and
uh,
everything. Yeah.
I
Ooh,
mean
we got Mali in.
the
We got
the
Mali in.
navigation schools don't give you extra gold, but some extra.
Yeah.
I mean
Well,
that's just cool
sure.
and everything, but
Science.
and of course also assuming that you don't have an insane Fatoa setup. Like I've recently I've been in a game where I could put like 10 or 11 Fatoas in one city, and then it got really stupid.
Yeah.
But like usually you can only put like 2 to 4 Fatoas, which is obviously good, but not like kingly good, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Yeah.
see one little bit of information here. First of all, we got 4 picks. We got Rome. We got Catherine de Medici, the Black Queen. We got Teddy Roosevelt, the Rough Rider. And then Mali got picked up in the fourth choice. Interesting because Mali, of course, is one of the favorites of Noob64. I'm looking forward to see him play it. And Rome, actually, I'm thinking who's going to play it. I think Mio is going to want to play that, as far as I know the players here. And then, of course, Teddy and Catherine de Medici, well, we're going to need to see who's going to play them on MonkaGun. They are going for the next phase of the bands. We got Zulu taken out in the seventh one. Looks like Egypt, Russia, and one more band to go. Cree is going to come up over here. Interesting, they didn't go for Canada. As like to take out that second part of the Tundra civilizations. We still have a lot of good choices on the map. We still have, like I was saying, Canada. We still have Persia, Portugal. We just talked about it. and I'm pretty sure they're gonna need to pick more, or at least how to say, MonkaGun will need to pick at least one big gold generator. Catherine de Medici and Rough Rider are just not that well known for doing so, and I'm actually quite surprised they went for Black Queen instead of Eleanor France, because Eleanor France is starting to be quite a powerhouse. So I'm very surprised here. They went for the extra diplomatic visibility. Is this gonna be a very hard timing? It looks like they're preparing for a very hard timing coming up on the Corsair attack.
Okay, so there are 2 points here. First, Eleanor Fons is definitely a powerhouse, but she's definitely not the guy who can give you gold turn 50, right?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
generally speaking, Eleanor Fons is very good as she is left alone for like 60 turns. Then she really turns up and takes over the stats and is insanely good, right?
Yeah.
But she kind of needs the time to ramp up. Same is kind of for, and it's very questionable that you will have this time on Pangaea. Same goes for Canada, by the way. Like Canada on Pangaea is a very risky pick because usually there's not that much tundra, and you usually cannot really threaten culture win because you simply don't have enough space for the national parks.
Huh. Okay, interesting. But you still have that extra boost in the production, and most of the time you do get to spawn very good. So maybe I've seen players use that advantage. I do want to come back to this though. Hans going for Hungary. That's a gold generator. Usually prefers to go for commercials. And then we got Mule here going for Alexander. Well, Mule is out for blood. And they went for Amanitore. So this is a much earlier timing attack coming up from them, or I should say timings. Alexander with the Hypastis and the Heterois is going to have the classical units, and then Amanitore does have the Pitatis. They can push from the beginning, and this is, oh, look at that, Warfare Lawyer coming up here. Risky pick, but they did pick it.
I really like Hungary here. Like generally speaking, I think Hungary is always an excellent pick, especially on Pangaea, because like Hungary is the type of guy who can just fit whatever role you need him to, right? Like he can be decent frontline. He can just help out with city-states to defend and attack. So I always like a Hungary pick.
Yep.
Alexander is actually like a lot slower than you would think. Because like he kind of really wants to build this Basileus and stuff like this before he begins the unit spam.
Yeah, the Basilico Epeids being the first building in the encampment, and of course the one that gives you sciences alongside your unit.
And it's actually pretty expensive, so it's actually not that uncommon that you can actually surprise an Alexander with a like turn 28 horse rush or stuff like this when he's still building up his stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And we do have the players choosing now their civilizations. Looks like Mule is going to pick up the first slot here with Alexander. He really wants those generals. GodGamer is going to come up second with Fed Laurier. Devries is going to go for Hungary. We got Ben on Rome. Hans is going to go for Rough Rider. TaskForceFish on Amanitore. Noob64 on Mansa Musa. And then Hush the carry on Catherine de Medici, the Black Queen. I am really looking forward to see Amanitore play. This is one of the civilizations that I really enjoy seeing. Of course, those pyramids, the place, and the Pitatis at the beginning of the game.
No. Forget about the pyramids. Like I've played a couple of times with Fish when he was on Nubia, and all this guy does is just he goes for cards on first and just spams out archers. Like he will build 20. He will build 20 Nubia archers and go at you. Like it doesn't matter. Even if he has to go through an ally, he will do it. I promise you.
Oh man, this is gonna be nasty.
This guy just spams archers. He doesn't care about the Nubian pyramids and stuff like this. He just goes full ham on the archers.
There is one thing over here that's very important. They didn't go for any coastal civilization, which does mean everybody will probably try to spawn, or the algorithm will try to spawn them inland. which does make them with less, well, have less land between them, unless there is going to be like a really weird Pangea. We're probably going to see them quite close to each other. So I'm pretty sure, like you said, 3, 4, 5 cities, this is going to be it. Like, they're going to need to go to war at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, also to mention, like, the war bonuses of Catherine and Teddy work on naval as well.
Oh,
So, like,
we got a victim, by the way, in the chat of exactly what you described over there. Rex Dude Kawaii, good evening, sir. He is saying that he can confirm he received the treatment of the Nubian Pitati archers.
Yeah, like, Fish really likes to do it, and every game I've been with him in lately, he just did that. He picks Nubia, he spams archers, doesn't care.
Yep. Oh, we got a question over here, Proctolis. Every time Rome is picked, it's about 70% of the games. It either loses a city or a city out of grid because no legion rush, or it tries to sim but gets out simmed and not matter in the late game. Why is it a usual pick? Hello there, Sisi Paru. Bonsoir, monsieur. To talk about Rome over here, I think it's more about the players because Rome it's extremely powerful. It's more about how the players use it and quote unquote abuse its abilities. Most of the time, and you're gonna see it today also on Ben, I don't think the players will want to go for the legions anymore, and it's not about the lack of strength on them, it's more about the iron. I believe even if they make legions 5 base strength stronger than this on 45 strength, people would still not build them. They just refuse to go for iron working, and it's not about how to say the lack of resources. It's more about discovering bronze working. It's creating too many problems with the district discount.
That's actually a Pangea.
Yeah, this is an awesome Pangea.
Lovely.
And yeah, we got Canada northwest all alone somewhere, and then to the south we got Hungary. That's gonna be his ally. That's gonna be his trader. To the southeast. Oh, Nubia. Look at that. Oh, I think Devries is gonna get that treatment. Just saying. It looks like Devries here is gonna be on the short end of that Nubian archer stick. Oh well, it is what it is. Can you explain what is the district discount, please? I'm somewhat new. Yes, we can explain. So there is a mechanic in Civ that counts the number of districts that you have unlocked and the number of districts that you built, and according to that you do get a discount. So for example, if you have built more districts than you have discovered, the next one that you're gonna get to build is gonna be discounted if you just discovered it. No, that's, I think, the basic gist of it. You can discount more than one district. It's all up to of course how many you have discovered and the timings of how many you have built locked in place. I think you just need to lock them. You don't need to actually build them, if I'm correct on this. You just need to put the cities and then lock the district in place to have the bonus, and that gives you a major advantage. But that also creates a challenge to discover the district and build the districts in such an order that you get the discount and you do manage to get an advantage over your opponent, because you can catch up later on, especially if the distance between you and your opponent is big enough. One of the reasons that the players do like 7 Seas or Highlands and so on and so forth, because they can get the sim going without having to worry about putting down encampments, discovering iron and so on, and gathering military resources, strategic resources. Justice, did I miss anything on that?
I mean, district discount is still a very hot topic, so let's just say, yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot more complicated than this, and this is definitely a very advanced strategy, which you cannot grasp this easily. But yeah, you definitely said nothing wrong, so let's just like that.
Okay. Well, I try to simplify it as much as possible, because all of the other details, I guess it will take us a bit too long to talk about. Okay, King Shaq also with a question. Good evening, sir. Wouldn't be Cleopatra better than Amanitore on this map? Yeah, I agree that Egypt can be a very good play on this map on Civilization, but they did ban Egypt in the second phase, so they were kind of on left with this choice. Well, I guess TaskForceFish did have his signature Gran Colombia Civilization, but he just wanted to play some Nubia. He just felt Nubia today.
He's spamming it lately.
He's spamming it, Nubia. Okay, so he's,
yeah.
Okay. I like this.
He just wants to play Nubia.
Okay, I see it. Oh my god, Canada Torres. Kick W, bro. We got Canada Torres northwest of Ottawa. And this is just beautiful land for him to just place as many of those national parks as possible. Not a bad Torres. 1, 2, 3 hills, 2 forests. Not a bad Torres.
Yeah, especially with these Canada mines, these tiles will be very juicy.
Yep. Let me actually turn over here on the other side. We got Paris with one big continent. This is going to be the same continent. No, other continent than Nubia and Rome. So I guess we're not going to see those unique units of France go against his opponents here. I got stuck
Imperial.
with the name there.
It's Garde Imperial.
The Garde Imperial, yeah, that's it. No, okay, the Garde Imperials of France are not gonna go anywhere. We do have also to the north Mali. Mali is gonna have, oh my god, this actually, is it a good one? Is it a good religious idols? He does have 3 copper mines in the capital, and of course you do see he has no, oh my god, I don't like this, by the way. He has no production anywhere.
Yeah, Noob is definitely a very good Mali player, and I definitely know that he has not forgotten about the possibilities of Desert Folklore. But like he goes builder first, which indicates that he will get.
He will get what? Sorry.
He will go for religious idols just because he is going builder first. Even though I kind of think Desert Folklore would be better here for Mali isolated.
Yeah, I don't know where he spawned though. If he spawned in place, I feel like it would have been much better to just go north. But I don't think he actually got the gist of the north. He doesn't know about the forest to the northwest. The 1-3 tiles usually are extremely important on Mali because you just spend way too much time. Even with look at that 3 population, you build a builder in like 5 turns. 10 oh my god, 10 turns to build a builder. Can you imagine that? The horror of that? It's just too much. Well, I guess we're gonna need to see how fast he's gonna go for it. You might as well just build scouts and ask your allies for money. You know, you're gonna get it faster than 8 turns. Oh, he bought a scout. Okay, well, it is what it is. We do have also Washington Hans with the east side. We got Macedon on the coast next to him, and look at that, they're gonna fight each other. This, I think, it's a relatively good matchup coming up between Macedon and America. America will have the extra bonus coming up per era, and then we do have Macedon with those heteroids, the unique units, the powerful ones. So I guess we're gonna need to see. Didn't they buff a little bit initiation rights? I believe they took out the warrior, but they at some point, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, they gave it more faith per unit.
Yeah, it's 1 warrior and 35% faith now, I think.
Yeah, so this is gonna be actually quite interesting to see Macedon picking it up. We haven't seen initiation rights in quite some time being picked up by the players. Most of the time, I guess the players were wanting that warrior, but the powerful ability was the extra faith that you're getting.
It's arguable. Like from what I've experienced, it really fell out of favor. And the main strategy around this is just like you would just want to have it for extra jobs, so it's really only viable if you have a lot of jobs, which Macedon kind of has here. So there's a possibility that he will. But I don't think it's really preferred.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but that's how Macedon used to play. Maybe we're gonna see some God of the Forge, even though chat here was saying Nubia should go God of the Forge with those Pitatis. Pitatis horses, that's just like trouble waiting room on Hungary. We're turn 8, by the way. We've seen all of the spawns, and we're gonna need to see what they're gonna do over here. I'm just putting the team labels on the screen so we get to see both names over there, MonkaGun and of course COC. Change of circumstance. And there we go. We got a remap.
The general problem with God of the Forge, especially on an early unit as archers, is like with the card and the Civ bonus, you have 80% bonus production anyway. So like in any 3-pop cities, you will want to turn the archers anyway. So God of the Forge kind of meaningless. Yeah. Because it will just be wasted overflow.
I tend to agree. Well, now we're gonna need to quickly go through their strategics, and then we're gonna talk about what their choices are. Canada over here, Ottawa with an iron tile to the northwest. I do see him going for the deers to improve, and he does have a decent amount of them to go for the east side. No horses in the first city. He does have one in a possible second city here towards Auckland. In the south, we got Hungary with the city of Bura, 2-2 base with 3 tiles. Well, I guess only 2 tiles that he could get that Pearl of the Danube bonus. Does have horses right next to his capital with an iron tile to the east and a plus of 3 campus that I can see on the cattle tile. Not bad. I'm curious where he's gonna start to expand, and of course going south is gonna be a bit tricky. Hungary probably knows about the Nubian strategy, so I'm sure he's gonna try to get some classical units out to counter those Pitatis. We got the city of Alpha with a 2-3 deer tile, a 2-1 base, unfortunately, and he does have a plus. Well, I guess he does have a geothermal in the capital for some extra adjacency towards his districts, towards the campus especially. Of course, you do see the mountain tiles with a +4 here, another +3 here. Really good bonuses for his campuses, and of course we do know that Nubia does benefit from the pyramid giving him extra production towards his districts. Iron tile to the west side, horses also on the west side. He's gonna need to build. He's gonna need a builder to improve both of them, and I do believe he's probably gonna couple animal husbandry into archery into horseback riding. Not really going for anything else in the meantime. Rome with already a campus down. It's going to be a +2 next to his capital. He did put it down on an iron tile, and I do see him benefiting from a horse in the 3rd ring here. A bit far away, but it is what it is. Ben is also going to have the middle of the map. This is going to be quite dangerous for Hungary. And they might actually try to expand towards Hungary, get Bandar Brunei, and keep on paddling towards the city of Bura to take him out relatively early in the game. We do have in the north the city of Niani with only iron in the capital. He did choose religious idols, just like Justice was mentioning. Horses are going to be in his 4th ring to the south. That's not going to be acquirable or workable, but I'm pretty sure he's going to try to settle for it. That is still 10-12 with only 1 city. It feels like it's Noob that's lagging a little bit too behind here. They
will probably buy another Mali settler.
They will buy another settler. Okay. Let's see. Score screen. We got them on 47, 10, 3, and 25. What is it? On 160, 200 for a settler, or 180, or something between there, I believe.
Yeah, like I don't really see like the biggest tile buys or like the need to buy a lot of units for change of circumstances here. So yeah, I think the best investment would be another Mali settler here.
Yeah, and I guess they do have 35 gold attend on Noob, so we might see it before he pops the first one. We'll see. On France, we do have him with 2 cities already. Bordeaux got placed to the west side, and he's gonna creep closer to Rome. Still kind of far away from that land. We do have Hush over here with another setter coming up in 3. Possible horses to improve in the capital with an iron tile in the 2nd ring to the north. Not really expensive to buy, and he does need to discover that technology to improve it. Bronze working. Well, this is gonna be a problem. We already see Hans has been pushed back from settling Mount Roraima. And of course, immediately Macedon did get to settle on it with that extra faith, extra science. We got Hans over here moving back his settler from the grasp of Macedon. Macedon didn't see the settler; it was 3 tiles away, so he didn't have the vision on it. You can actually take it out. Now he actually could have seen it when he crossed the river. At the same time, Hans will need to figure out a location, a safer location for him to put his city on. And to the south, he does have a Macedonian warrior to fight against. Washington here with his 2-2 base does have access to both horses and iron. It's more about what he will acquire, so he can get that going for the classical units.
Oh no.
Last but not least, Macedon. I think we're just a few moments away from figuring out what he's going to pick as a pantheon here.
Hans has hard built the slinger as well because they don't have the money right now. This is so huge. Such a setback for Hans.
Yeah, for Washington, yeah.
Yeah, like up there, the gypsum settle, so good.
Wasn't that a bit too far away from his cities, right in the face of Macedon? At that point, you might as well not go for Basilico page. You just get like a few heteroids and smash the opponent's city.
I mean, arguable. Even this may be true. Like, obviously, Hans doesn't know about it.
Yeah.
At the point when he sends a settler, so I think he was going for the gypsum settler.
Did he? Wait a second. Does he not know about Mount Roraima? Oh my God, he doesn't know about Mount Roraima. He must have figured out something is happening on Mule, because Mule is on 8 science and 2 culture. Like that, there must be something there, right? Uh-oh. I'm actually... Oh, I see what's happening. iGuy did buy out that 3-3-1-1 tile. He does have a 2-2-1-1 underneath the capital and could work another 2-2-2-2. But instead he's working the less food. I guess he doesn't have that much food in that that much housing in the city anyway. Is this gonna be another one of the settlers on the gypsum? Do you think it's worth to actually go so far away and settle another city on Mount Roraima?
You mean for Hans? Or
Yes.
for,
no, for Mule. For Mule. It's clear that Hans is never gonna settle Mount Roraima. That's just not gonna happen. Maybe on the horse tile to the southeast of Washington, but north, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, well, Merle was clearly going for it, right? And I think it's definitely worth. Like, the later you settle it, the less worth the science is.
Yeah.
So, like, it's definitely worth walking a couple of more turns. And also,
That's
you deny it from your
turns,
opponent, right?
That's 8 turns to walk on that gypsum tile and settle. That's a lot of turns. Anyway, I guess we're gonna need to see how Mule is gonna play this. He's getting his builder out from Pella to improve his tiles. I do see him in the tech side. He's going for bronze working in 4, so he is on the way towards getting his Basilico page and of course the general. While America will have some bonuses to play with. Of course, that extra damage coming up from his era bonus, he's gonna have at least +2 in the classical era, with of course it increasing in the next ones. He did go for campus opening, and this might be a problem. Hans might not realize the danger he's in. Honestly, I don't think Hans realizes the danger he's in. +3 campus, not building it immediately, going for a builder. They didn't go for the 3rd city. Hans over here is in trouble. We might need to come back on this, though.
That remains to be seen. Like, honestly, in a situation like this, going double campus into a one discount encampment is actually pretty good. And it's also obviously always player preference what you're opening up. Like, when you click on writing, turn 1, and then like turn 12 you met the other guy, it's usually better just to finish off writing and build a campus and have a discount instead of switching to bronze then.
Yep, I see Francis going the double district as well, double campus opening. We got Rome, double campus opening. Everybody's going double campus, really? Okay. We got Nubia here getting getting attacked. He just upgraded his Pitati archers. Devries here looks like he smelled a little bit of weakness, and TaskForceFish needed to do some moves to get his settler out of the way. Now with his Pitatis, he's definitely gonna have what he needs to take out these Hungarian scouts and get that settler to safety. We do have a third settler coming out from Hungary soon in 5 turns. He does have Hungary picked up initiation rights. Okay, interesting. 2 campus opening as well from him. Okay, we got Canada with 3 of these cities. I see Temple of Artemis coming up from Ottawa. Those deer towns, the city of Montreal did improve the horses.
He's not doing holy sites, is he?
Who?
Canada.
Canada?
He has no district down there.
No district yet. Looking at his text, he is on writing in 2 turns, early empire in 4. So he might just go campuses into probably theater squares, commercials.
Yep, probably. Like I don't like he's pretty freedom. It's actually a very good map for Canada. I don't know if I can agree with that, but no, we will see.
Oh, you mean not going holy sites? That's what you...
Yeah, I think if you increase them, the triple holy set and the triple theater discount is by far the strongest opening. If you can just sim.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. We've seen it yesterday, actually done by Firsos on Russia. That opening.
Oh no. They did buy him a settler.
Yeah, Noob did not get his settler. He did get his second city on the east side, the city of Gao, with 2 tools to work. Even that T-tile actually looks amazing, very, very juicy. But he's going to have a bit of an issue here with everything. He's going to be slow on development, but he's going to do a lot of gold. He's already on 42 gold a turn. His stats are just going to be far behind everybody else. Maybe he just doesn't want to worry about this. Because he's so far away from everybody else.
Yeah, the thing is, he will not go for the longest time.
You got cut out there. The thing is, ...
Okay, I see. The problem is he only has a 3 copper and like maybe 1 diamond to the south, but other than that, religious idols will have no impact. So his game will be really, really slow.
Yeah. So just to put it in perspective, he would usually with religious idols, you do want to still generate enough faith to have a relatively strong monumentality, and usually a strong monumentality starts from 25 plus faith per turn. And yes, you do get some gold, early advantages, get to buy tiles and so on and so forth, but you have somehow to use that gold into something. Either way, you still get gold with Mali, even if you have religious idols, if you don't have religious idols, because Sugubas, because holy sites, because adjacencies, and so on.
Yes, but
yes,
yeah,
but
he has an extremely slow spawn, and if he has to give his early gold away rather than buying a settler for himself, it will really, really cripple his early game, and it will take a lot longer to ramp up.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the reason we're worried about him over here. He's a bit too slow on the development, and we're gonna need to see when those Sugubas are gonna get placed. When maybe he's gonna want to go holy sites, even though I doubt it. He's going currency first, early empire one. It doesn't look like he's going for that monumentality. He's only on 19 faith a turn. Only on 19 faith a turn. And this is also coupled with the lack of settlers, because with Mali you do get the extra adjacency from your city center. So if he would have had another city center here, he would have been 25 plus, and then the monumentality starts to kick in. Oh, he's taking out his production. What's going on here?
He's shift entering for Sugubas. He probably has currency next turn, I would assume.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what he's doing.
Okay. Hello there, Angel Puerto. Thank you so much for the follow. Man, I have like 2 big milestones that I really hope I'm gonna go through this month. I gotta say, Justice. This is the month that I might actually go over 5,000 followers, which is gonna be woo amazing. And then on YouTube, I get to 2,000 subscribers. Again, it's like one in the same month, man. In the same month, I might actually do this.
Yeah, well, I guess nothing but praise for you.
Thank you. Well, let's take a look at Nubia, because we were talking about Nubia as, of course, Pitati preference, and we do see him now actually putting a lot of production into his Pitatis. He went for religious settlements as a pantheon, not actually what we were expecting, and by the looks of it, he didn't actually improve anything in his capture. He's just, slowly improving everything, not improving, slowly using his tiles, and that's about it. He's going for Bandar Brunei to the north, and he's gonna get that extra food from the bananas to the southwest, while maybe he will actually let Rome take that city. Ben should actually come to the south with a warrior to put it under siege and smack it down. And then I would believe Nubia should keep on sailing to the west over here. Oh, thank you so much, Nash. This is my YouTube, sir. This is my YouTube. We're getting close. It's like, let me see. 1957 right now. 1957. 1959 actually. Woo! We're getting closer. Oh yeah. What I do on YouTube is usually I put VODs right after. Of course, I get to download them from Twitch and so on, and you get to replay them anytime on YouTube. I also started up a season of shorts. The clips that you guys are getting out of the games that I'm casting and so on and so forth, the funny clips, I'm trying to make them funnier, and I'm trying to work with, I'm working with an editor to make them better. Slowly improving. There's a series right now on going on with shorts. Okay, so God of the Forge Macedon. This kind of feels like we know what's gonna happen here. And the city of Dion, Justice, did get placed on that ivory the gypsum that you are talking about.
Yeah, it's just an amazing city.
Yeah, no third city though from America here. America is still on 8 and 3. He got that campus going. Boston didn't put a pre-placed one, and it does look like he's gonna get some help. I do see reinforced fire. Oh no, the reinforced didn't actually spread. The fire has been put out with just one tile of improvement.
Honestly, I think Hans is overreacting here. Like, not building a second settler, instead building the hard building 2 slingers without a card is just like,
yeah,
too much reaction to a yet non-existent threat. Hans can do well himself here.
And look at Muriel actually taking this slowly. He's getting 2 more settlers out of Aiga and Pella. He's gonna have 5 cities. He is 6 cities actually, because Candy might be taken over. He built 2 galleys and is gonna try to take over that city. You can see, fortunately for him, Candy didn't actually get a boat. We've seen yesterday how bad it is when a city state gets a boat in, especially when you have only 1 tile of attack.
Oh yeah, I watched Connie.
Yeah, that was quite something. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it happens. Like, this is not something that it's only on a player. And when this happens, you have to actually sacrifice a lot of your bows to get that city down, and it's just so painful.
Yeah, but it's even worse than that. Like, I pointed it out in your chat, and I think you said it as well. Like, the city-state just flexed building a granary while being attacked. So, like, real giga chat there.
Yeah, indeed. There were some points made by the players, and I guess there is a kind of a meta thing going on with the players preferring to take over city states instead of using their bonuses. There are sometimes very good city states with amazing bonuses. For example, Auckland, Kumasi, Antananarivo, Babylon, and so on, like the former Babylon. It's just the players, when they see city state, they're like ching, gold, you know, they're like their eyes are changing. Oh, my next victim, let me chew on that city state. Do you think that's a good strategy to go for? Always take out city states, whatever their bonuses are, if it gives you an easy city state to go for?
It obviously depends, as always. Like the first rule is obviously the sooner you can get a city state kill. I don't think I have to explain that the city state kill turn 20 is a lot more valuable than a city state kill turn 50. Because it's obviously a city you have 30 more turns in the empire. It like later on it can also give you a lot of positional advantages. So for example, if you can establish a frontline city and therefore securing more land for you to settle later on and stuff like this, it's also very sensible.
Yep.
Regarding these things, you don't really take into account if this is a quote-unquote good city state you would actually like to keep. You just look at it and see the city, right? Because like it's not a given that you can just choose the city state, because usually in teams you have good city states are very, very contested, and if you're not the guy going full culture, you will struggle keeping it.
True.
So most of the time, if you can have a valuable city, it's a good call to just kill it and have a city. But sometimes people obviously just overforce on it as well. Like they don't really like Connie actually yesterday is an excellent example. Like he didn't really want to put in more resources than the 2 galleys he built, right? And
he got a third one, I believe, even though.
And also Greece didn't bring anything. Like so, just signals they didn't really care about it, right? Like
if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So for example, in one of my recent games, I had Portugal on an inland sea, and we really had to kill a city-state for him on another sea to actually enable him to trade with someone. This is then, and it would. But it doesn't matter that it is Auckland. He just has to have a city on the coast, and if this is the fastest way to get him one, you will just do it, right?
Yep, for sure. Well, I see 3 things happening, by the way. First of all, Nubia attacking Bandar Brunei with multiple Pitatis. That's not actually in the Nubian attack range of Hungary. It's gonna take a while to get there, and maybe Nubia is just not wanting to do it at the beginning of the game like we saw. Of course, that would give time to Hungary to get a lot of units defending him, and it's going to be harder and harder for these Pitatis to push their agenda on the Hungarian units. The second thing I saw is there still is a problem for Candy to go down. The Macedonian galleys unfortunately don't have enough strength. The city is not under siege. The city is healing every turn, and you do see that even if he brings a warrior from the north, he needs to actually sacrifice a few boats, and I'm curious why he didn't actually sacrifice the boats here. We do also notice finally Hans did start to scout around the city of Aiga and Pella. He's now going to be aware of what's going on here, and we do have an immediate reaction. Archers are being put into the production queues of the Macedonian cities. We do have encampment training projects coming out from Washington, still on 2 cities though. He made the big sacrifice. He went encampment instead of third settle, so he's going to have a 5-city Macedon with encampments going against him. This is gonna be dangerous. Also, Kono, thank you so much for the follow, sir. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we do have a third settler coming up from Mali. He did put down his Sugubas, and he is getting attacked by a Canadian scout. I do see he has a few slingers and scouts to deal with, and of course we do see him settling probably to the south over here somewhere. I'm actually surprised he's going south instead of going somewhere where he does have more desert, but I guess he does want the strategic resources, and the south is the best way to get them. Okay, let's see Canada really quickly. He went for commercials, didn't go for campuses, didn't go for theater squares. He's opening up commercials here, and looks like he is discounting some. I do see also a fourth settler going to the southeast towards Auckland. Didn't actually go for the north over there to settle the remaining tundra. Nor is he gonna settle Torres. This is very, very surprising. He's not settling Torres to the north. Oh wait, that's his fifth city. We got Quebec over here to the south as well. Interesting. I really want to go through the city-states very, very quickly here, because we got 2 more turns until the classical era starts. So let's see, what do we have here. Bandar Brunei gonna go down. That's the only gold city-state in the game. Johannesburg, Brussels, Mexico City, Auckland, Hong Kong, and Cardiff are gonna be the ones with industry bonuses. That's, wow, that would have been such a massive goal gameplay here, or Germany gameplay. We got Preslav with Lahore coming up for the military bonuses. Kandy and Vatican City are gonna be the ones giving religious bonuses, and looks like Kumasi is gonna be the only one getting culture bonuses. No science city state. This is the second game in a row that we don't see science city states spawning on the map.
Oh yeah.
Is this, wait, Nubia? Oh my god, Nubia has a problem. He only has one single scout to take over the city of Bandar Brunei, and of course you see he has to keep on shooting that city center. Do you think he's gonna get it with that just tiny scout strength, the 5 scout strength that he has?
I think so. Like the archers can just keep shooting. There are farms to pillage, there are promotions. It will take a while, but he will get it, yeah.
Oh man, level 2 Pitat is coming up from Nubia.
Yeah, actually, like, this is the thing. Even though it takes a while, Noob is essentially just farming promotions here. And
you mean
he will have the beloved
yeah.
level 4 field cannons you love so much.
Oh, that's another thing, right? You do get the extra experience points coming up from the Pitatis and from Nubia as bonus, right? How much is it? 50% or 30%? It's 50% combat experience. Oh my god. Yep. Okay. That is massive. Even if he just gets the level 2 bonuses, he's still gonna take out the Hungarian units so fast. It's just gonna be a problem for Hungary. I have seen actually people, and I've done it myself, but this was before the rebuff, because you know they nerfed it at some point. They nerfed the experience and the production you're getting, and back then it was possible to defend against it. Now I'm not so sure. Especially if you spawn so close.
By the way, just comes to my mind, another point regarding the city-state questions, obviously. If there's Hungary in the game, you just want to kill every city-state.
Oh, that's a good point. That is a good point, actually. Yes, I totally agree with that.
You don't want to be levied on from this picky phase city-state.
For sure.
Even if you don't want to have the city, just raise it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, especially on Kandy over here, like having men-at-arms coming up at you with that extra damage and extra speed is just not going to be a good time for you. Whatever you are, whatever civil you are, it's just not going to be good.
Yes. By the way, I think a very underused mechanic is, like, for example, when Morel declared on Kandy, I don't know if Hans scouted this. But like this is an excellent opportunity to just snatch Kandy and forever hold it with just 3 envoys, because once well declared on it and then you choose it, the enemy team never make peace with it, and you just keep it with 3 envoys forever.
Yeah, easy peasy, but it's gonna die anyway. So, like, it's so I know what you're saying, and it is a good tactic if you can actually make that city safe, keep that city safe. But in this scenario, I'm pretty sure Candy is gonna die at some point to heteroids
On
or boats or something.
Honestly, not necessarily. Like if you levy it, upgrade the units. Also, Armani gives additional city strengths as well. Like people are getting really thrown off by the additional strength of Armani and stuff like this. Like classical units really struggle to kill an Armani city. It suddenly takes more than 3 horses to do so.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, city states are quite crazy nowadays. I agree. I agree.
Actually, I've been in a game where I had like the enemy team had Mogadishu with 172 city strengths. 172. Not even
That
GDR
is
could kill it.
insane. That is insane. Yeah.
Like I mean, to be fair, it was like turn 135 or something. Like he had modern tanks driving around a
Yeah,
city state.
but still, yeah.
But I mean, 172 is still completely insane, right? Like you will, like you can nuke the city, but other than that, you will never kill it.
Whoa, we got actually a counter action here coming up from Hungary. He built up his own line of archers, and now he's getting his horses. Of course, Bandra Brunei did fall to the Nubian pressure. I did notice we do have multiple campuses coming out from France, but he did stop doing something extremely important, and that's settling. You do see Rome kept on settling. He's going to get the Temenaki from Ravenna, and he is going to get some horses to defend his settles. While I do see France is also going to put a horse right in his face. I don't think he can get there before Luke Dunham gets a horse out, but it is what it is. And we're gonna have to see that happening. Of course, I do want to mention really quickly what Golden Ages are. We got France with Pen, Brush, and Voice Golden Age, still on 3 series, with Bronze Working coming up next, and drama and poetry. We got also, looks like Harsh not actually going for the pillages or Luke Dunham. I don't think he wants to poke too early on his opponent, give up his hand, give up his plans, even though I think 3 city opening does kind of reveal his plans. Hans with 9 and 10 science with America did go for Pen, Brush, and Voice, only has 2 districts, and the city of Boston at the moment is barely generating a trader. We got Devries with a Pen, Brush, and Voice Golden Age on Hungary. Again, same problem, 3 cities, not going for the 4th and the 5th. And I do notice he is much more worried than about Nubia than Nubia is about him. And looking at what's going on over here, the matchup between his archers and the Pitati archers is not going to be fair, not at all actually. 30 strength Pitati archers going against the Hungarian 18, and of course on the counter attack Pitatis are 20. We do have GodGamer with Pen, Brush, and Voice Golden Age coming up with 2, 4, 5 series, multiple markets coming out of his series and commercials. He's gonna be the designated gold generator throughout the game, 12 science and 25 culture, getting more settlers out, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to get the merchants. I do see him at the moment actually making some competition to Mali. It's still Mali well ahead. We got Noob634 with a Monumentality Golden Age. Did start to generate, let's see him, 25 faith. Okay, so he did arrive at that magical number of 25. Slowly but surely got that city of Kumbisale to the south, and did manage to get his Subgubas going between the mountains and the campus. 13 science, 11 culture. TaskForceFish, Pen, Brush, and Voice Golden Age on 5 series Nubia, going for his 6th at the moment, and putting down his pyramid. By the way, I really like this pyramid placement. He's gonna get the extra science coming up from those campuses, and he is gonna get I want to say a production to the west side. I'm pretty sure he's probably he's at some point gonna chop that deer tile and put an industrial zone to the west of Alpha. That's what I would do. It's a easy peasy +5. We got TaskForceFish with 13 science and 20 culture. Still needs to reposition his army. Looks like a few of those Pitatis did go to the north. Maybe they're gonna come through the mountains and start attacking the Hungarian line of defense. Band but better with a pen brush and voice golden age, 16 science, 36 culture. Did open up with a few campuses. Now he's going for his commercials. Getting a Temenaki from Ravenna is going to get him the science, and he did go for Lady of the Reeds and Marshes as a pantheon, getting himself some extra production from the marshes and of course the floodable terrain tiles. It's probably gonna need to go against France over here, even though I would have loved to see him going on the west side, since Bandar Brunei did get picked off by Nubia. I don't think that's an option anytime soon. Muel with pen brush and voice golden age, 245 series on Macedon. He was getting another one. I don't think. Oh wait, no, he stopped. Okay, never mind. He stopped. He did try to go against Candy. Candy came out with 4 archers, and as you can see over here, did manage to stay alive. And now we do need to see Macedon try to go against America and get a general for himself. Hetero is coming out from his cities. He's building up his encampment count, and he didn't actually go for his Basilico page yet. What he is doing is also putting down more archers on the city of Troas to defend against a possible American counterattack and put them in the front line. We should also see him generate some points of generals from just taking out opponent units. You get like 5 points or something like from taking out an opponent unit, if I'm not mistaken. That is kind of a trap though. I always saw players getting trapped by this mechanic. They try to go against opponents with weaker heteroids, and the heteroids just don't kill anything.
Yeah, like it actually remains to be seen if MonkaGun maybe can do a deny play on generals or something like that. Because like three of the players of MonkaGun kinda like went really hard on the encampments. While change of circumstances pretty much just simming. And like I kind of think if MonkaGun cannot make a general deny play and make it actually count, they already put themselves behind, kind of unnecessarily.
I'm actually curious. You said, wait, so Hungary did go for a general. We got America going for a general, and what was the third one?
France.
France? France didn't. Okay, France didn't. It's fine. So I guess he should have, but he didn't.
He just checked. He went for bonks. But then he doesn't have the pop for encampment.
Yeah, so he basically, unfortunately, opened up that technology without actually getting a benefit from it. That's one of the problems of going bronze. That district placement, that district discount.
I really cannot agree there. Like there are so many immigration resources. Also, he doesn't have a slugs improve, which he could give to his team. Like.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like I really cannot agree with Black Queen opening, but
well,
it is
he did
what
go
it is.
for City Patriot Goddess, so he's getting that 50% towards the first district he builds in the Empire. I do also notice America went for God of War and Plunder, getting himself some nice and juicy extra general points from his encampment. But again, only 2 cities with 3 districts is just not gonna cut it. Like this is heteroid taking waiting room, right? This is unfortunately.
Yeah, this is what I refer to when I say they put themselves behind. Like it doesn't really show right now on the stats, but like COC all has like double the amount of cities the other guys have. Like Hungary is on 3, Nubia is on 6. Black Queen just settled the 4th city, Rome is on 6. Macedon is on 5, America is on 2. Like this will show in the stats in a while.
Yeah. We even have Mali over here starting to get the benefits from actually getting those monumentality points, and now Noob is going to be on 5 cities as well, west and east. He's going to get more Sugubas. He's starting to get out 127 gold a turn with 30 faith. Only 15 production, but who needs production when you can build Sugubas? The only thing I guess we need to take a look at is how GodGamer is going to play this out. Because at the moment he does have an advantage because he's far away from everybody. But he's going to need to rely on Hungary to first of all stay alive and shield him. And second of all, his allies. He's going to need to rely on his allies to stay alive.
This would be true if he went for theaters. But like the way he sets it up, he isn't ever threatening culture victory, so he is actually the guy who has to get active. Like if Canada was just simming here, and the other three guys are pretty much like having the strategy. Okay, we will keep them busy, and you will go for culture victory, and then they have to come to you, right? And then you actually have a goal you're playing for. But the way they set it up is pretty much you just have three guys doing like right now just getting out simmed, and then you have Canada, which kinda won't be able to play 1v4, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was referring to when you kind of need to rely on your allies to stay alive. You can't do it yourself. And I tend to agree with you on the theater squares. If he wants to put some pressure on his opponents, he needs to do something to change up the balance of power here. And if he's going for the theater squares, he's going to put pressure on tourism, which will need a reaction from somebody. Now somebody needs to get theater squares of his own and counteract that requirement of writers and artists and musicians. And at the same time, that also kind of takes him out from fighting, because he needs to put that much effort into denying the culture victory. In this scenario, unfortunately, on this team, we don't have, on MonkaGun's team, we don't have anybody that will generate a lot of gold, and he can't do both. Like, can he? Do you think can he do both? Can he now switch from when he got his economy booming to getting theater squares and trying to go for some kind of culture gameplay? He's gonna have a lot of stats. Goddess of the Hunt. He has a lot of food coming in. He has a lot of population generated. He's gonna get the 7th, the 10th population in multiple cities.
I mean, you always can switch up. It's obviously not that impactful as if you have a game plan and execute it, right?
Yeah.
So like generally speaking, Civ is generally a snowbally game. So like the later you make a decision, the less impact it has. But like to be honest, as being said, I think like the sim situation right now looks already very dire for MonkaGun, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't feel like this is on the enemy team, but rather than just on questionable play on the players of MonkaGun.
Okay, can we go a little bit on this? Can we take a look at what should have been done here? For example, on America, right? He saw he has an opponent. He was already delayed because he had to back settle with the settle he wanted to forward settle, and he moved considerably to get that delay. Should he have gone for 4 cities? Should he have gone for theater squares, or instead of putting campuses, or instead of putting a campus, maybe an encampment would have been better? Totally ignore this and try to go horseback riding. There are so many choices that they could have gone for. What do you think would have been a different way of approaching the conflict that he had brewing with Macedon immediately when he saw it?
I mean, the first thing is like his first settler retreated on the sword you have right now.
Yeah.
So like he saw the scout and then moved back. So like we can assume that the settler moved another at least 6 turns to settle Boston.
Yes,
which
1,
is
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
Yeah, it's a plant on 7. Like he could have definitely have a faster settle on a 2-1 base left of the coal, for example.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to hard build 2 slingers without the card, without even seeing any other unit. Like generally speaking, when you're delayed like this, it's already a huge hit to your economy when your second city is delayed. So have to tell your team, okay guys, I have a problem, I definitely need a unit by here. Like if you feel like this, if you actually have a unit in your face, you definitely need a unit by and build a settler rather than hard building 2 slingers for yourself. Because this way you're kind of already dug his own grave. Because as you see right now, he just
he doesn't have the unit count. He doesn't have
he is just stuck on 2 cities and simply won't have ever enough. Even if he plays perfectly from this point, he will just get outnumbered.
Yeah, I tend to agree. We got a lot of builders coming off from the cities of Macedon. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Chops put into Heterois. He is also getting his audience chamber, starting to work on Candy at the same time. That city this time is gonna fall. And Macedon here is going to get on his 6th. Yes, walls did go up in Washington, which will delay the takeover of the city center, but it's just a delay. It's not actually an impediment, I would say.
Wait, where's actually no walls on encampment? Is this a visual bug?
Sorry?
Must be, right?
Yeah, on the encampment. Yeah, I think it's
it must be a visual bug, right?
Yep. Hey, One Muffin, good evening, sir. And also Impossible. Thank you so much for the follow, sir. On the other side, do you think there could have been a different way of approaching it from Hungary? Hungary also stayed on 3 cities. Now he got a general. He levied the units of Hong Kong and he will put pressure on the Delta. I gotta say, I actually like what Devries is doing here. He's not afraid of TaskForceFish, and all of Fish's army is out of position.
I mean, the city count and like reading it out is obviously.
Yeah, this is on task, right? This is on task. He gridded this out and he underestimated Devries' commitment.
This remains to be seen. Like the situation right now is like Nubia has over doubled the cities than Hungary.
Yeah.
If Hungary can now take Nubia's cities, Hungary is obviously the winner. But if Nubia can just hold here, we will get overwhelmed the same way America is getting overwhelmed, just by pure city count, pure stats, pure production. And this is essentially Civ in a nutshell, right? Like when someone greets, can you punish it? If you cannot, you just sim along. But this comes down to player judgment. What is the better play? Like you either try to match or you try to punish the greed. This is the age-old question Civ is always about, right?
Yeah, true. And most of the time it's going to come down to timings. If you can actually get a timing, if you have the technology correctly in time before your opponent will not get the defense up in time and so on because he gridded out. If you don't hit that timing, it's just over. So for example, right now, if Hungary does a move on Delta, there's a very high probability that Nubia will get soon enough units to stop any kind of attack coming from Hungary.
And by the way, I want to throw in neither Hungary or America was like this scuffed on space or like poor settles or stuff like this. This is an active decision. They could have definitely settled more, but they decided to commit to the units and the generals and stay on the low city count.
Yeah, I mean he has good city east of Sejet, west with the truffle tiles, extra gold, cocoa on the coast. These are good cities on the west side. In east, so I guess you're right. It was a choice. Firstly, I think it was a choice not selling east to not give Nubia any kind of easy attack on him. Secondly, I guess he wanted to have enough units to possibly defend against the Nubian Pitati archers attack. Because you pointed it out, TaskForceFish is well known for building a massive, numerous army of Pitati archers. And then going against his opponent, it doesn't matter how far he is. He's just gonna go against him.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't wanna just call out people and say oh, they played bad. Of course, especially against someone like Fish, which is probably very aware of his image. Like, this is very intimidating, right?
Yeah. It is.
There's huge pressure on the guys, of course. But I mean, after all, this is CWC. was the best or go out, right? This is just the way it goes. So
Well,
I can.
I do have to say something. It's very rare. We actually see Hungarian levied units with a general next to them. And these guys are 4 movement speed, by the way.
Yeah, if he
Yeah,
gets to the Black Army, it will be beautiful.
yeah, this is just so powerful. And of course, we do have the first Nubian victims over here. Delta lost a Pitati, lost a scout to the south, and by the looks of it, those Hungarian units are getting closer to the city of Delta. TaskForceFish is trying to get the chops as fast as possible and buy units, build them as soon as possible. It looks like he's also pre-placing a few districts, and he needs to scramble to get the defense on Delta. We got Elephant Guy here in the chat already calling him out. Oh no, I want the fish to get punished over here because he gridded this out 6 cities. What is this?
Yeah, I mean, one thing MonkaGun at this point definitely got going.
Yeah.
Like they are up a general, right? Like actually, can we check who got the 4th general?
Yes, let me actually take a look. Previously recruited, we got America who got the 2nd general.
Yeah, it's so America got 2.
Yeah.
Which is tingling with Macedon. And so Hungary has for the longest time now a general over Nubia. So and he got the levy bonus. So he definitely has the upper hand in this war. So like this is definitely the time where Devries needs to strike. And yeah, now we can see if he's actually able to execute.
Exactly. Well, we're gonna need to keep on watching what's going on the other side. I'm actually quite curious how Macedon is gonna deal with those walls, and what's the same on both Canada and Mali. I'm actually curious also on Catherine de Medici. The Black Queen over there. What's Hush gonna do with 38 science and 31 culture? Looks like he's trying to swim next to Ben. We do also notice the first moves coming off from Hungary. They managed to get the position next to the city of Delta, and Delta immediately chopped walls. TaskForceFish was on point on this, and it will delay the takeover of that city for a little while longer. Of course, Hungary doesn't have a battering ram with him. He's going to need to pepper those walls with multiple archer shots, which he does have in the back lines. It's just the positioning of the land here is going to stop him from being extremely effective. He only has around 3 times that he could shoot from, maybe a 4th one from the north, but he still needs to take out the Nubian army before he can be effective in the north. And now that we do see the first moves coming out, I think we should actually switch really quickly the vision on the east side to see what Macedon is doing. Okay, he is preparing his catapults. We got Dion, we got Troas building up that catapult count. America has been given a little bit of breathing space, and he managed to get a few more of these swordsmen out. And now he's building up his settlers actually from Boston. I'm actually curious where is he gonna go with those settlers? Now we got a city takeover as well from France. They did manage to take over the city of Preslav, and he now arrived at 5 cities, going for hanging gardens from Bordeaux. And the city of Paris did build up his audience chamber in the Gavron Plaza. On Macedon here, we did also have audience chamber for the higher population in the city, so higher housing. We do have him getting some heteros out, and of course more catapults. Did finally take over the city of Candy, which will give him religion from that holy site. It would be, oh my god, it would be beautiful if we see something like crusade over here on Macedon. Can you imagine crusade that heteros going against America? Oh no. Oh well,
Yeah.
it happens.
I don't think this is gonna happen, but sure.
I would love to see it, man. I would love to see it. Wouldn't you love to see that damage over there? Come on, man. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
but how is he ever gonna get to convert? Like, he can buy a total of like 2 missionaries?
That's it. 2 missionaries. You only need 1. The city of Washington is like 6 pop. It's fine.
Yeah, but if you're next to the city center to convert, like the city is gone anyway, so honestly it
right.
doesn't matter.
What are you gonna use that faith anyway? For what are you gonna use that faith? You're not gonna go into monumentality like ever, right? Might as well buy a few missionaries, make it worth.
I think he will not project or build a shrine or stuff like this. Like by the time he gets a profit, Washington is probably already dead.
Yeah. Well, we do have over here Ottawa getting the switch around. GodGamer is switching towards Theatre Squares. He is going for that culture pressure, and he did manage to also get Oracle, which is going to be quite good on him, giving him that extra 2 points per each district that he has, for each type of district that he has. And in the Grey People screen, he's already starting to acquire 4.6 Grey Writer points a turn. Did establish Pingala in the city of Ottawa as well. So he's going to couple that doubling really quickly here. Is this a bit too late though? 19 science, 54 culture. We got him on 60 gold a turn, 96 production. Very good, by the way, 96 production. And then in the cultures, in the tourism screen, he's not actually that high. He's only on, 16 or something? 14.
I mean, Rome has 130 probably on Magnus internals.
Yeah, we got Rome booming here.
Mali also got both trader merchants already. So, like, I kind of feel like the Oracle is kind of pointless at this point.
You are correct, and Hypatia got picked up by Rome here.
Yeah, like COC just gets everything here.
Man, look how fast Nubia is scrambling to get Delta defended. We got him chopping out those horses like there's no tomorrow. We got him getting the walls up. We got him, sacrificing a few units to the Civilization 6 gods for that city of Delta to stay alive, and he's doing it. He is doing it. Is this gonna be the last breath of power from Devries going against the city of Delta? Do you think there's a chance of that city falling with Governor Victor established 50 strength on it? We got a horse inside of it just defending those walls.
Yeah, he probably needs to pull back and try again on Black Army, so it shouldn't be too far off. But I kinda don't know if they actually have gold to upgrade. Like, how far is he from castles? Like, he obviously has to bring some siege as well.
Oh, he's going shipbuilding? Right.
And
Shipbuilding?
building some settlers?
Is he trying to evacuate until he hits Macedon land, or is he hoping he's gonna find an island?
I don't know, maybe Canada is telling him to settle coastal to set up coastal traders.
He doesn't have a coast though. Kick. Telling somebody to do something that you didn't do. Yeah, bro. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is the only point I
don't know
to have
what the
coastal
ship
traders, but
it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, it's like no, whatever. We'll see. Looks like Hungary here is gonna get pushed back. Yeah, he's gonna get pushed back. Oh my god, look at the damage of the Pitatis on those horses, man. That's just so strong over there. They're stronger than the horse. What is this? Kick W, man.
Yeah, this is actually very harsh, because as being said, like, Devries definitely needed to score some here. I think the game is in very dire situation right now.
He tried. He did his best over here. So many units going against Delta. We can't really blame him at all on this. The only thing was, TaskForceFish was on point. Got the builders ready, got them into position, got the chops, got the units, got everything that they need. I think they even bought a horse on Delta.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, at this point you can kind of assume that the guy is smart enough to chop a wall. So you kinda, like if you seriously want to push for a city, you kinda have to bring a battering ram also, or like 2 or 3 catapults, like Morel is doing.
So that was the only mistake. Lack of a catapult or a battering ram.
I mean, other than this, I don't know. Devries definitely had control of for like 2 city tiles for a couple of turns. So maybe if he had the battering ram, he could probably turret the walls and at least raise the city. But other than that, yeah, obviously Fish is a very good player and knows how to defend properly. But like regarding Devries did everything he could, fault on this.
Yeah.
Like he could have prepared a little bit better.
Well, we got Macedon here with Muriel getting exactly what Muriel wants usually, to war. And of course, as you can see, did manage to take out a few of the swordsmen of America. Is probably going to take out that encampment soon. Macedon just totally overwhelming his opponent with sheer number of units. We do have him managing to take out 3 units right at the moment, while of course he's getting some upgrades back in the cities. Some crossbows are also going to come up on the front line, and we do see he's starting to trade with America. The problem is, especially when you're so far behind, and usually if you do fight against a more numerous army than yours, the trades, if you start doing trades, it's just going to favor him instead of you. So you have to be really careful on it. But
No way Hans is ever holding this.
Yeah, he stopped even building that settler from Boston. I think he realized. And I think also the second we're gonna see the demise of the American Empire here, the possibility of having a military alliance and that Diplo victory that's hanging over the heads, I think that might be a bit too much for them to handle. We do have Ravenna, by the way, with discounted campus here, to turning a campus. I do also notice he's getting quite a few 2-2s, 2-3s to work from a Temenangi. I did manage to get an awesome placement for his baths. He's gonna get a lot of these industrial zones with multiple bonuses on them. I do also notice we got 2 turning a settler from. No, this is just sheer amount of production. This is not a discount. This is just insane production, is it? 177 production. Wait, is he making? He's about to make more than his enemy team combined. And this only shows up to how to say. This is actually the best example of how Rome can snowball out of control if left a little bit alone. You know, like it's just.
To be honest, it's not about Rome. This is just Magnus internals. If a guy is allowed to freeze him on Magnus internals, he will get that big. Doesn't matter which ship it is.
Well, he's gonna get more culture. More culture means faster civics. Faster civics means more production towards something, or discounts towards something. Like it bonuses towards something. It's still a big bonus coming up from Rome. Not to mention faster baths. Like faster aqueducts, you get to build them faster, you get to get your production faster, activate it, and so on. It's a massive bonus.
Yeah, sure, but what I'm pretty much claiming is, like, if a guy is allowed to go industrial as second district,
yeah,
there is something severely wrong with team balance anyway. Like, this is not about Rome.
Severely wrong. Oh my god, I can feel the pain over there. Well, Mali Noob 64 is gonna pre-build a few of these units. What are they called? Mandekalu calves on Nioro. I do notice he is maybe gonna try to take on Boston. This is gonna be actually quite funny if we actually have Noob 64 managing to take out his one of his opponent's cities with such a low tempo Mali. That's gonna be something. We do have him on 280 gold a turn. Oh my god, he's making triple the amount of his opponent team combined. Finnish Colosseum. Sorry, I had to put a little bit of a pause over there to actually take that information in. That is way too much gold on one civilization. Probably one of the reasons this civilization got banned in the CPL Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not too uncommon, no?
Yeah, no. I mean, no. Mali doing Mali things. That's what Mali does. A lot of gold. Well, of course, Macedon is getting his catapults right next to the city of Washington. You can see how much damage he's going to deal against the walls here. He does need a bit more positioning to get that wall attacked. And slowly but surely, he's taking out all of the units defending this. Now, of course... He's also generating some more science out of that, and you can actually see Mule did arrive at 38 science and 40 culture base, getting his campuses from his capital, finally getting some Basilico page, but you see how he ignored this bonus from the beginning. I did notice another city got taken down. That was Auckland, actually. Auckland for GodGamer. Nobody actually benefiting that much from Auckland, so well, he took it down anyway. That's a free city for Canada here. Can ever Canada be on the same level as Ben when we're gonna talk about tank artilleries? Do you think that's a possibility? If the game, let's say, let's imagine things. Let's say the game goes on. Let's say yes, France dies. They're gonna only have a military alliance. Sorry, America dies over there. So, and Canada is left alone without the +5. Can they actually keep this up? Can they withstand the tank artillery? Because Rome is definitely gonna get tank artillery. This is 100% gonna happen.
I don't know. Maybe not even this. Like maybe he just goes for QCS, but I mean, like the quick question is just no.
Yeah,
as
Meep
Meep is also calling it out.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that's a big no over there. And of course, the tables have turned. Nubia still didn't get his encampment down with the encampment training projects for a great general. He's two of these projects away from getting one, but now he's pushing back on Macedon, on Hungary. They managed to take over most of the tiles over here, and might actually want to take Hong Kong away from Hungary. That's easy levy for Hungary, and of course that knight possible upgrade might not be a good unit to handle on Nubia. We need to see if he's gonna manage to do it, though.
I actually like that Meep is calling it out because, like, I'm always kind of a bit reserved against being like too negative or like calling game over stuff like this. But yeah, like.
I also don't like to call that out. I would prefer actually talking a little bit about maybe what could have been done better than actually going on what was done really bad. Like looking at the sides of the coin there.
Yeah, like I think we already talked about America. Like,
I think America is just dying.
From this point on, obviously everything snowballs. Other than this, Queen is kind of doing nothing / a bit all over the place. Like he takes Bongson, never built an encampment, so he didn't deny a general. Then he randomly builds some hanging gardens, like he never got the city count up. Like for example, if Black Queen was like, okay, I want to go for later attack, he was supposed to like do similar to him, just like open up with like 6-7 cities to Magnus Centennials and come at the later timing. But he kind of didn't execute any strategy, so he did a bit of everything all over the place. Like he built like 2 settlers, then he built like hanging gardens, then he attacked randomly. And, and he didn't improve Luxus properly. Like he kind of contributed nothing.
Well, I think he was a bit conflicted about what's gonna happen here. Maybe he thought he's gonna get pushed, then he realized he's not gonna get pushed. Then he started up his city count. Then he noticed what's going on with Ben. Ben didn't stop simming, so of course that kind of told Catherine that he should also sim up, and so on. He played a little bit reactive, I would say, a bit too much reactive.
Of course, that it is sometimes hard to figure out in a game on a hard timer and stuff like this. And like I'm not saying it's easy, but like at a certain level, people just have to make a plan and execute, right? And like the Black Queen player just didn't execute any plan in this game, I have the feeling. Like, he was like, every turn he was just thinking about, what could I build here? Maybe this or this. And yeah, like, it kind of shows, right? When you don't stick to a plan, you will just fall behind in stats, you will fall behind in city count, you will fall behind in unit count, etc, etc.
Well, I do want to point out he did manage to get 67 science. That's about the same level as Ben's 68. The culture is a bit lacking, but he's going to get a bit more coming up from his chateaus, and that's going to be nice. I do see him also getting a few settlers out, and he did put down an encampment. What I can definitely point out, he's not going to get the courser timing attack with the extra diplomatic visibility. It doesn't look like he's going to have that opportunity here, because his empire is just not set up for that. You would need an earlier encampment. You need to go through the general or two to get there. It kind of feels like it's a bit off. We would have preferred probably to see 2 more settlers rather than another the same amount of science, for example, than with Ben.
Yeah, you can do one or the other. Like, in this situation, like, Rome is obviously kind of his matchup, his counterpart. And so, like, I kind of tend to compare these two. And like, Rome right now has like double the production of him, if not even more, right?
Yeah.
Like, here's
triple, I think. More.
Yeah.
He's wait, it's wait. Can I see it? I think I see it. It's 77. Yeah, it's triple the amount of production.
And this is actually the problem why I'm kind of calling out here that the Black Queen player didn't do it properly, because like he kind of quote unquote lost his matchup at this point already, even though they had no direct conflict.
Yep.
Like, if the other guy is triple your production and equal stats, it's obvious that that one player did something better, right?
Well, yeah, of course. In the direct matchup, yes. I do have to point out, of course, Rome did start up with his commercials. Internals with Magnus did go into campuses, and then went into actually campuses, commercials, and then went into industrial zones. That's a lot of district discounts that he did over here on Rome. You think the same kind of gameplay would have matched with France's opening? I don't see any commercial coming up from France.
Definitely,
like zero commercials.
In the meta right now, like regarding the districts, is kind of comparable to like the city count as well. Like, if you go for stats directly, you have to make them count. But you like, for example, opening up with campuses. By the way, Black Queen opened up with +0 campuses, which is very questionable on its own. But let's see over this. Like, let's just assume he had better campuses to open up. Opening up with a campus is only worth if you're actually looking for timing. Like, if you use then these 2 or 3 campuses to get the fast castles for cursor timing, then it's obviously a good opening and a good strategy executed. But
that's
if
fine,
you
actually. Yeah, at this point, for example, the course of timing would have been exactly what he needed to take out 1 or 2 cities from Rome.
Yes, but this is the same if we look at Hungary and Nubia, regarding the city counts. Like, opening up with a campus is kind of signaling I'm going for timing push, but he never did it. He just zimmed along, but worse, because like, it's just an objective fact. Opening up with commercials and having the trade routes will give you better yields in the long run, especially if you can go for Magnus internals, if you don't have to contribute.
That was actually quite a surprise on Hungary. Most of the time that I've seen Hungary being played in the competitive tournaments, he does open up with like 80% of the time on commercials. Ignores the campus, just goes through it and goes commercials.
Yeah, definitely. Like, commercial can be seen as a scaling district, because like the trade rules just give you slow, steady growing yields, right? Like, it doesn't really matter if you trade externally and contribute on another one for a team, or if you have to, or if you can trade domestically and just boosting your outer cities, especially on Magnus internals. So commercial is like, if you're simming, you kind of always have to go for commercial opening.
Yeah.
But yeah, France just didn't. He went for +0 campus opening, and then just did nothing with it.
Well, he did try to make a push at the moment, and he probably was a bit worried about Nubia. And when Nubia's attack never came.
Oh yeah, Hungary. I'm still talking about Black Queen. The zero,
Okay.
the +0 campus opening. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I even would have been fine if he opened up these +0 campuses. If he then went into triple discount commercial. Probably not ideal. Like this is very arguable, but I guess it's okay-ish. But he just went for +0 campuses and never followed up with anything. And then it gets really bad. And because all you have now is like with the Gov Plaza, 2+2 campuses with the district adjacency, and that's it.
I do want to point something else out. There is a massive difference looking at the cities of Rome, for example, and the cities of France. And the immediate difference that you see is the amount of forest or rainforest that they still have available and how many times did they improve. That's one of the things that we've seen multiple times. The players have a certain tempo they want to go for the chops, for the improvements, for the chops, for the improvements, for the builders, and so on. There's like a cycle of improvement, I don't know, development that I think development is. For example, in the capital, there's no more chop available. He chopped everything. He made the most out of his chops, including like the stone tiles on the east side, and then kept on moving to the next city, and then did the same to the next city and kept on moving to the next one. And now he's working on Puteoli with that builder. He's gonna keep on improving, chopping, improving, and of course getting faster tempo. Well, whenever he's gonna do this. One of the reasons he did manage to get so much production and development at this point in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like everybody who ever played an FFA kind of knows that, right? Like you put on commercial, you go Magnus internals, and by the time you hit feudalism, you just spam builders all over the place, chop everything, improve everything. This is kind of just what you do on Freesum.
Yeah.
And like Black Queen kind of decided, okay, I want to sim here, but without commercials, and that's just bad.
For example, I'm quite surprised. We still see stone tiles in Paris. We still see 1-3 forest in Bordeaux, 2-2s, 1-2. These are just not touched. Nothing is touched here. In Lyon, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Like he finally improved the citrus, but to be honest, like this should have happened like 30 turns ago. Like as a general rule of thumb. Like the early builders, you kind of want to improve your strategics and your luxus. And then on the feudal timing, you just want to have like 2 builders per city, chop everything, improve everything. Like at least the tiles you work, right? Like given if you have a 4-pop city, you obviously don't need to improve 10 tiles, but you get the point.
Yeah. Well, he did plug in Magnus in Lyon, so maybe we will see some kind of chops over here, which will be much better with Magnus. So maybe this is something that we're not seeing. Let's say it like that. Maybe there is something that Hush has planned that we're not seeing at the moment.
Oh, I'm sure Hush still has an idea, but it's at this point it's very questionable that he actually can do anything because he doesn't really have a significant advantage. Like even if he can chop out the units, like the best he can hope for is to meet the same unit on Worm's side.
Okay, because he doesn't have this. He doesn't have an advantage in the science. He didn't actually go faster on the technology to go for, and so on. Yep. Well, I am actually quite curious if he's gonna manage to also defend America. You see, America doesn't actually have where to go. There's like a big mountain chain that's gonna stop him from going anywhere to the south, unless he wants to go through French cities. And I'm pretty sure Muel's army from the east, Macedon, is not really gonna have anywhere to go. So they're just gonna keep on going towards the French borders.
I mean, funnily enough, it looks like that Hans never sent an internal, but rather than an external to a city-state, so it actually takes a long time to walk to Boston. Maybe he can just walk to Friend's territory. Like it takes like
Yeah,
what?
for sure.
Like it takes I think at least 6 or 7 turns to kill Boston. So he can probably just walk through.
Yeah, and get some more settlers in the meantime alongside. I think Miel is just gonna keep on getting big here. Has another one city that he can place to the west of Adriopoli, and then he's gonna have all of this land available from the south of America. No problem for him. Like another, from what I see, 3 cities, 1 non-fresh, 2 fresh waters, another one to the west of Washington. So 4 cities there. That's a really big empire.
Yeah, sure. But to be honest, I would be very surprised if MonkaGun doesn't CC soon.
Yeah.
I mean, I would kind of appreciate, but as being said, I see, like at this point, I see like almost no out for MonkaGun. And by out, I mean like they have like, I don't know, like it's not like one player with like a good unit movement or anything can do the difference here at this point, right?
That is true. I'm thinking maybe there is a way for them. Well, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. Maybe at this point I might as well just they will just try to play it out. GodGamer there on Canada didn't actually have a lot of good placements for his campuses. He's only going to have like +3s here and there, maybe +2 here and there. That's not actually ideal location. We've seen yesterday, for example, how good it was when somebody had immediately from the beginning of the game like +5 +6s, and he could mix that bonus with his commercials, his campuses, his theater squares. So he didn't need to focus full on the science. Now if Canada is ever going to want to get on the same level as for example Ben, he's going to have to spam out campuses from each city with their +1 and get the buildings and get the universities and so on. That's a lot of production. Ben 70 science, 103 culture, 44 gold attend, 243 production. I think he just passed all of his opponents' team combined, getting those workshops done from his cities. He is still gonna get more production, more cities. I do see 3 settlers are out at the moment, with another one in the build queues. He's gonna be 10 cities soon. Going for industrial zone logistics projects in the Isodolf Miletus is going to get recruited probably next time next time, and he's going to get a wonder. What do you think would be the perfect wonder here for him? Forbidden City for an extra policy card. Do you think he is something like what do you call it, the one that gives you 1 extra pop for each city?
Forbidden is probably fine here, like, actually I guess the team is asking him to boost printing anyway, like, has he done it already?
I see him going education defined, right? No, not at the moment. We're 2 turns away from getting medieval era, and that's actually a good question. Who's gonna get what?
Maybe he's, like he has insane production, so he will probably just 2 or 3 turn a like 2 universities and have printing with the boost.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, of course, Forbidden is never a bad choice if you're hard simming like this. The Anchor, I think it's totally fine. But then again, like if you're wanting Magnus internals, the value is very diminished because you grow like crazy anyway, and you will have like 10 pop cities all over the place in no time. So it's very arguable if it's actually a good one or not.
Well, I do see there are a few problems in the era scores, by the way. 46-49 for Hush. We got Hans going dark, of course. Devries is going to be dark as well. GodGamer did manage to get his golden age, but on the other team, we do have Noob64, 58-55. Task is going to be 48-51. It going dark here. It does look like he is going to take out Hong Kong as well. Ben going 2 points out from this golden. Okay, interesting. Well, he needs the golden. He has one more turn to get those points. And by the looks of it, Muriel is going to be also with golden here. He did manage to take over the capital city of America. Washington is now a Macedonian city. Man, oh man, can you imagine? This is not gonna.
That's a grief. Yeah?
That's a dead city. That city's dead. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I guess yeah, they didn't see this coming. Alexander the Great is settling the cities free for bad leadership. From bad. Oh, he's freeing them. He's freeing them. Yeah. Setting the cities free. I misread that. In the north, we do have, by the way, Indiani, finally Petra, 2 turns away from finishing in that city center. He is going to get all of those tiles with extra food, extra production. Yes, what's up?
I was just laughing because, like, the thing, like, freeing the guys from bad leadership, like, you can always pretend that when, like, playing against AI. Like come on, guys, so, like, everything is better under my rule, right? So,
yeah.
Like, I'm not doing harm to anyone. You're growing better, you have more amenity, everything's better under my leadership.
Yeah. More damage as well on DATAI, plus. Just questionable decisions. Oh, Hush! Oh my god, he moved Field the Guard of Bengan. He saw the Monte Carlos. Can he do anything about it? No. I think that's a hard no here.
Yeah, he doesn't have a builder bomb to chop walls, so yeah.
City of Preslav will get freed. Well, a good question would be if Mali here is going to want to keep that city, or is he going to free it, like get the era score, get the favor points from it. So that's an easy peasy 100 points from there.
Yeah, but honestly, they have every win condition locked up, so why would I care about Diplo?
Yeah,
I
true.
think they're just gonna keep Preslav. Because especially like the strategic Preslav is in, like if you liberate it, all your units get kicked out to the north again, and then your push is pretty much over. Then you cannot pressure any more cities.
So he needs to keep it. Okay, well.
Yeah, he needs to keep it just so he can, as being said, because he wants to keep pressuring Black Queen, right?
Yeah.
Look, if he would liberate, the units get kicked out, and then it takes a long time to walk through again, yada yada.
Well, we do have America trying to get to the safety of the French borders, which, as you can see over here, they're not that safe.
Not so safe.
Yeah, no C34 pushing through. We do have Hans also with one remaining city. Macedon keeps pushing through him. Noob 64 is also going to couple his empire economy with Macedon soon. Those trade outs will get to trade with each other. We'll get to move through the cities there. We do have also Rome getting his intelligence agency going for campuses at the moment, and did manage to get his golden age. I do see only TaskForceFish actually nailed a normal. Unfortunate for TaskForceFish. I'm pretty sure he would have been much more happier with a dark age than a normal age, but it is what it is. On the other side, on MonkaGun, we do have 3 players that couldn't actually make the golden. We got Hush, we got Hans, and Devries Dark Age.
I mean, to be honest, like in second age, unless you're planning a really big push,
yeah,
it doesn't really matter. Like heroic in third age doesn't really matter as well, because like there's usually only reform the coinage you want to pick, or like another monumentality if you can. But this is very, very rare in competitive play that we actually see a monumentality in third. Like unless you're Astikos and you can't have the second golden if you can.
Oh my god,
unless you plan a big
Monasticos,
push.
bro. Monasticos on Rome. That's just. Have you seen him? That's just. Wow. Unbelievable. 250 science, then 60. What is this?
Yeah, well, I mean, he falls off after this as well. Like if he cannot put the stats to use, he falls up very heavily.
Yeah.
Because of obviously like all the holy sites which he cannot put to any further use.
Yeah.
And so it does, like, it obviously looks very good when it works,
Mm-hmm.
but if it doesn't, it also looks very bad.
Yeah, but he makes it work. That's the thing, right? Like he knows the distance he needs to have between him and his opponents to make that work. How many cities, how many districts? Like he's doing the math on how much discount he's gonna have, if he's gonna have, how much faith he's gonna need, and the culture to actually counterbalance the lack of. Culture and so on. It's just he's trying to nail all the little details before he's doing it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Astikos is definitely like he definitely know what he does when he is doing his shenanigans. I'm just saying, like the fact that it's only him doing it is just like, okay, like this is not some secret OP strategy. It's just a different approach, which
Yes.
is a lot more like risk related, I would say, because going for monasticism is an all-in as you go for like I don't know, like a cursor push on Black Queen and stuff like this. Like if this fails, your game is over.
Yes, and
And
I do
a
remember.
lot of a lot of people are just more risk reverse in competitive play, but like Astikos is in a sense not very afraid to fail and get exposed. Like this is the kind of mentality you need to have if you want to go for these strategies.
For sure, and I think the first time we've seen actually monasticism worked properly, it was on Arabia, not actually on Rome or any other civilization, because they did use, how to say, Arabia's ability to get those campuses going, I believe, and the holy sites with the buildings, the cheaper buildings. It was just insane to see 400 Science Arabia with tanks when everybody was fighting with pikemen or crossbows.
Yeah, of course. It's, like especially if you introduce it to like if you do it and it's never been seen, it usually works because people just don't know how to react to it. But like obviously that's every strategy, right? Like the more you use it, the more people know how to counteract it.
Yeah, yeah, true.
And
The
by
lack
the
of
way,
gold, for example, was
yeah, I
quite a
I
problem.
was just laughing because like the way you vote to Jack, me,
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
yeah. I can't really do anything
Like
because that
all
was the
all
vote.
for yourself. Yeah, of course. But it's always funny. Like everything for myself. Me.
Yeah.
Greedy.
Well, to be fair, I would love to see Jack a little bit more active when it comes to how to say organizing and actually putting back a lot of what he's doing into the community. So I don't know. I think it is what it is.
Wait, so what are you doing? Is this like no one said it's GG, no?
No, I think it's relobby. So TaskForceFish, he got a second series.
Oh, he kept the CS and
Yeah,
this is
he
not
missed
allowed.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I see. Yeah, so they have to relobby.
Yep. Philip also saying this is so one-sided. Yeah, indeed. As I said a few nights ago, COC is Zokbuk better. Yeah, even Fish is there. Yeah, it's just amazing. Hey, maybe by the way, maybe we're gonna see CGJJC funded by Jack the Ripper. What do you think about that?
What? CJJC funded by
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper?
Yeah, yeah.
What is CJJC?
Well, how to say competition tournament of CWC.
Mm, and why would Jack fund it?
That's a good question. Why not, though? Isn't everybody wanting more evolution on the games?
Sure, I mean, you can always call for random people putting money in. I don't know.
Yeah. We see lobby links. There we go. Why didn't they CC already? I guess it's a good question from Giant Floyd.
Also, I kind of have to point out, I think this, like generally speaking, like from our point of view, this game's kind of over, yeah. But I think you always have to respect if people just want to play it out, right?
Yep.
Like, especially from FFA players, I kind of get the feeling that people calling it like almost toxic to keep people quote unquote hostage if a game is seemingly over. But there's always a game to be played, right? Like maybe someone screws up, or like you never know, or maybe the guys that just see it differently.
Yeah, I totally agree. And from our perspective, from the spectator perspective, it does give us the opportunity to talk a little bit about what could have been done differently, and so on and so forth. Oh, they CC. Looks like they don't want to go for a reload. But they CC.
Okay.
Pick W. TaskForceFish over here, just pushing the limit a little bit. Yeah. Well, anyway, that is one opportunity that we do have. We're talking about what can be done differently, what we did observe happening versus what we did observe happening in other games, and why something is why something is with a different result. Personally, that's one of the reasons I also like going into all of the games. Like for me, it's a pleasure to be in the Division 3 games, as well as it's a pleasure to have the big boys going against each other. It's always going to be some form of knowledge that we're going to get to accumulate, acquire from the games, and also share it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, generally speaking, competition just comes from like how good people are in relation to each other, right? Like from a viewer perspective, like if quote unquote worse players or like not as good players play against each other, the game overall is probably a bit slower because people don't execute cleanly their timings and stuff like this. So maybe the push they're going for is executed like 5 or 10 turns later. But like as long as the matchup is kind of equal in player skill, it's still a lot of fun, right? Because like competition is just defined by how can your opponent answer your actions.
True. Let's go into voice 1 and see what they have to say. Let's go, because I see Hans Hash is there. Yeah, let's go.
Over.
You had so many scouts on me, like what?
Yeah, they
CG well
CC'd.
played.
Sorry, sorry for the misclick.
There's no goal to buy me anything really.
What did you use your production on instead then?
I built 2 scouts. I didn't get bought one.
Oh, me neither. Wait, did you have 2-1 base?
I did 2 base.
Dude, I swear to God that there's something missing. Like there's.
Okay, I will explain you the full story.
No.
Hans, look at what you're missing out the important information. He opened with 2 scouts. He went with a settler, met your scout, then went back in the city center, stayed there, waited for Slinger. He went back.
No, I didn't
then
wait.
he did. Bought
7
a campus.
more.
Made a campus, made 2 city encampment, projected for a general. This is
Do you know why I had to make a campus, Jack?
Huh? I think playing on 2 cities.
Bernstein Bronze on my team.
I did as well.
It's still kind of illegal being on 2 cities, man.
If I made a settler, I do not have a sword at that time. When the Hattori shows up.
I mean, dude, You know,
'Cause-
we were discussing with Daniel. Your scouting pattern is what
That was
cost you the
terrible.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just made a bad decision on moving your scout. Like it was reasonable for you to scout towards Rorema, but for some reason you just decided to use all the movement and rush toward other side. So you missed Rorema, and Muel just got double settle on Rorema. And plus, you didn't escort your settler, and you just like walked into scout of Moel, which he didn't see your settler, but
Yeah,
you
I
saw
did.
his
I didn't
scout.
know, man. And I kept looking every turn. When
know.
is the next city coming out? But it never was. I mean, my city was out. I think maybe 8 turns before you settled your city or something. Would have been 3 pop if it wasn't housing kept.
I mean, after I had to move back, that was going to be the best direction for me to settle in. I didn't have an escort for it. Yeah, I was gonna settle on the stone.
Well didn't necessarily have more production than you. You were kind of even. It's just like the fact that you.
But he has one direction to go into.
I mean, yeah, but you
Yeah,
should
so
have
you
definitely
scout one
scouted.
direction. It's a lot easier.
But
to
no,
scout
but
You
you should have
have
definitely
3
scouted
scouts
towards
this turn.
Rorema.
You have 2 base events. So you actually have your 2 scouts.
Yeah,
And you had 3 scouts actually, but I guess you built the 3rd as well. I don't know.
Like I thought that was coaster. To be honest, like right around the corner. Judging by the map.
Okay, Mr. Hash, can you explain to us the decision between 0 adjacency campuses?
Did you see all that?
Thank you.
They turned into beautiful +2s.
Did your plaza got pillaged and your Mercury got pillaged?
Did
The
fucking
that you already knew was coming.
I was protecting the key tile, which was my chops, so I could chop a horse for golden, because otherwise I was not making golden. I needed to chop the horse, and I would rather have the scout not there.
I don't really see how the campuses help you there.
The
campuses gave me big sides.
Big signs, the 0 adjacency ones.
When you place the gun plaza, they're +2.
Yeah.
You look, see, they're +2 right now. Look at it. Is it +2? It's +2.
Guys, the most important thing, are we ever gonna see a big carrier play another game with MonkaGun?
I mean,
Guys, I have
why
important
not?
Like he seemed like because he was PMing, he like sent me a screenshot of the traders and then like and a few other stuff. It seemed like he was really upset.
Jack.
He was stuck alone in the corner.
Jack.
Like
I mean, to be
he like kind of what is it? He was upset with Devries' placement of the cities and his traders and how you guys kind of all around when he had a gigaspan.
Wait,
Jack, you know what's the worst? Carrier did not scout a city state above Mali that could.
Well, to be fair, there is only negative information over here. I would have loved to hear some information positive about the players and talking about not only the mistakes but also what they could have done. I really do hope we're gonna have the players revisit a little bit and see what has been done through the game. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna find an advice over here on the stream. Thank you very much, by the way, Justice, for doing that. And would have loved to actually have TaskForceFish over here. Maybe we can ask him more. I don't want to intrude over here. But anyway, maybe we're gonna see him in the next game because I definitely wanted to point out that he's making a name for himself doing those Pitati archers on Nubia. If he keeps on playing the same civilization over and over again, of course the other players will get we'll get to see what's going on. Anyway. I do have to thank everybody for, of course, the support over here. Much appreciated for the follows. I do hope you guys are gonna show up also in the next streams. I'm trying to figure out a game for tomorrow. I think we're actually gonna get a game from the CVFR community tomorrow. And looking at the schedules over here, it's probably gonna be 1830 GMT. There is a possibility for us to also get 2v2 going on. I don't know if you guys would prefer. Oh yeah, much love, bro, much love. If you guys are gonna prefer 2v2 or a 4v4, I guess we're gonna have to see. The 2v2 tournament coming out from CFR is starting to get its track going, and of course we're gonna see how that will develop. Well, I do hope of course you guys had an awesome time with us tonight with me and Justice, and I do hope you guys got some entertainment value tonight as well as some knowledge. And we're if you're coming up from YouTube, of course I am please if you like the content, please throw it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I totally understand. Go for the thumbs down. Please also leave a comment down below so I get to understand why you did like it or why you didn't like it. If you have anything to tell me, of course, you can always check me out on Discord, Discord in twitch.tv/OnSpotTV's chat, or you can find it down in the description of the video below. If you want to check out my how to say, my upcoming games, you can check them out easily over here in the Discord channel that I do keep updated as much as possible. You have updated information about the next week's schedule. I do wait usually to see all of the most of the games that are being played, but at the same time I do try to update it as soon as I get the information, so you get to see it over there. Much appreciated for everything, of course, and let's see each other in the next ones. This was Michael for OnSpotTV Streams, CPL Qualifiers. We did have change of circumstance, managing to get another victory on MonkaGun this time. Bye bye bye.